First, we need to talk about materials. I prefer a 0.5mm mechanical pencil. You can also use a lead holder or a normal pencil, of course. Especially if you like to fill out big areas with holding your pencil quite steep like that. One of the biggest advantages when drawing with a mechanical pencil or a lead holder is that you can prepare them with tape like I did mine here. Then you have better hand control and you can draw longer without exhausting your hand. Doesn't make any sense with a conventional pencil, cause these are getting smaller when sharpened. The brand of the mechanical pencil is not really important. I would recommend one with a long, thin shaft at the tip though, cause with these you see the drawing best. Now I will show you real quick how to prepare your pencil. First we need to get rid of this clip, because when we want to rotate the pencil, it might be in the way. Not anymore though. Now we take a cheap tape and wrap it around the pencil like this. And I will speed up this process because you don't have to watch me doing this for 2 minutes. Now we have a good base. Just press it really hard. Voila! You can use it like that. Find out if you would like to go thicker or even remove some of the windings should you feel like it's too much for your taste. But give it a chance and draw a bit with it first. If you want the deluxe version, which I would highly recommend, you can buy some tattoo grip tape. You can find this on Amazon. Just do some additional windings and your pencil will not only look awesome, but it also feels quite nice to work with it. You will need to redo the last couple of windings after a while, but they last for many hours. But then they do tend to get a bit sticky. When you hold the pencil correct like that, then this form is the best. Should you hold the pencil wrong, like that, then you should aim for a form like this. It fits better in your hand then. So again, this form, if you hold the pencil like this, and the more soft form, should you hold the pencil like that. Should you hold your pencil that way, then you might also consider to relearn how to hold your pencil, because you have way more feeling in your fingertips and you can spin your pencil around, which is an enormous advantage. But that said, there are a lot of amazing artists who hold the pencil like that. So if you are feeling good and have a lot of experience already, then stick to it. But maybe still give it a go. You might like the benefits enough to change the way you hold your pencil. When you are working with a mechanical pencil, then buy yourself a couple of transparent paper sheets. You can also find them easily on Amazon. The rough surface lets you sharpen the tip of your pencil to perfection. Now you can use the edge of the lead for creating the most crisp lines you can imagine. The flat surface will allow you to create lighter lines. The edge of the pencil is for sharp, darker lines. Check this out. This is all from the same lead. And a pro tip in between. Hold your finger in front of where the lead comes out, so you can make the lead stick out only about halfway it would otherwise and will not break, even if you use a bit more pressure. And speaking of leads, which one should you use? I personally only use a 2B lead and sometimes an HB for lighter shadings. You can see this here with this drawing, for example. This shade is done with an HB lead and the rest with a 2B to get more contrast and more darkness. So the best all-rounder of all the leads is the 2B. It's one of the softer ones. It allows you to draw very loose, but you can also create a lot of contrast with a mine like that without getting a too grindy look like a softer mine like a 4B creates. And the brand makes a huge difference as well. I've worked with 2B leads that have been as soft as a 4B lead from another company, so keep that in mind. There are huge differences, and especially when the mines are quite cheap, they tend to be softer for some reason. The best choice by a mile are the Faber-Castell ones. If you can get your hands on these, seize the opportunity. You usually can also find those on Amazon. Humidity is also a huge factor. The higher the humidity, the harder you can go with your leads to get the same result. Other than that, The paper you're using also takes a huge role in finding the right lead to get the desired outcome. Some paper has a rougher surface. With these you can see the structure of the paper and go for a more artistic look. For cleaner drawings, the best choice is Bristol paper. You can use your pencil to full potential with these. It will also be easier to create more contrast on a Bristol board. The best one I know is the Strathmore 200 series. It only comes with the blue comic book grid, but is fantastic to work on. The Strathmore 300 series is a bit more expensive, but it's also really great, and it comes with blank sheets. But with Bristol boards you need to be more careful concerning the smudging, because it smudges quite easily. A drawing glove like this one will help a lot with the smudging. But for big dark areas it's best to cover the already drawn stuff with an extra piece of paper or a tissue. But the biggest advantage, on a Bristol board you can erase almost as much as you like and still have a great piece of paper. For erasers it would be great if you would have one of these knitted erasers. These are great to lighten up the line work, and you can form them into tiny shapes to erase very detailed. I tried a lot of brands, and like the pencil leads, I also have to recommend Faber-Castell, the best knitted eraser by far. I don't have a collaboration with this company or anything, they are just the best in my honest opinion. But the very best tool for erasing small details are these eraser pens. They are one of my most beloved materials, especially the Tombow ones, also to be found on Amazon. And of course, a normal eraser for erasing big areas fast should be in your possession, because one of these, the knitted eraser, they don't have enough power to get rid of dark lines. To get rid of the rubbish from the eraser, I use a big brush, which I only use for this purpose. A blending stick, like this one here, is also a great tool, should you aim for a very realistic look or just soft shadings. These work phenomenal, especially with a softer pencil like my favorite 2B one. And that's all I wanted to say about the basic materials.